She will crush your head, and you alone have destroyed all heresies in the whole world. If we are to help crush the head, then we have to be immaculate. If we're to help crush the head of the serpent, then we have to be unsullied, at enmity with sin. We're supposed to have this anyways. We're not supposed to just say, well, I go to confession every week. I got to have something. Obviously, that's not the way to think about it. We go because we mess up, obviously. But what we're striving for is that complete enmity with anything that might sully us, anything that would render us immaculate, that is spotted. We don't want to be stained in any way. Most of us have lost our baptismal innocence. But St. Mary Magdalene shows we can regain it. But to strive at the very least in this consecration to assist in crushing the head of the serpent by striving even at blood. St. Paul talks about, have you striven unto blood to avoid sin? It has to be real to us. It becomes real to us by meditating and praying. If we don't meditate and we don't pray, we can't make these truths of our faith and these means of acting out our faith day in and day out. We can't have it really take root because it's meditation that does that. It's time alone that does that. We start to understand without understanding. It just becomes natural to us. We do this by detaching ourselves. We detach ourselves from the things of the world. It's a day in and day out process, and we do that through mortification. We mortify ourselves. Now let's just think about food, because we all eat food, we have to. But how often do you go to a restaurant and you just talk about the food? Or you get excited about the next thing you're going to eat? St. Bernadette, when she was, I can't find the quote now, but St. Bernadette, once when she was asked, religious are never supposed to talk about food. But St. Bernadette was asked if she liked what they were eating or something like that when she was already in the convent. And she said it's a humiliation. It's a humiliation that we have to lower ourselves to be like beasts and do what they do, let alone sit here and talk about it. But just our attachment to the next steak or whatever else it is that we really, really want. We have to eat. I'm not saying not to eat food anymore. We have to eat food, but to mortify ourselves. And if we look at how one virtue affects another virtue, so does one vice affect another vice. To not be mortified in food leads to other sensuality. So striving in little ways to mortify, to detach ourselves from things that we know we have habits in. Maybe we never break the habit. But trying to is already a tremendous penance. Always fighting against yourself to overcome yourself. That's the frater mulus. That's the brother ass that St. Francis talks about. Overcoming brother ass. Another thing to reflect on often. How often do you allow brother ass to tell you what to do? Tell you what to eat, tell you what to think, tell you what to crave? Detachment. Detachment can lead us away from falling into or allowing ourselves to be sullied, even in little things, because the devil doesn't always make us just fall into big stuff. Little thing after little thing after little thing weakens us. Is it too cold? Is it too hot? Is the weather good? Is the weather bad? Was the traffic good? Was the traffic bad? Who cares? Indifference, holy indifference. Whatever she wants of me, wherever I'm supposed to be. If she wants me in traffic right now, I'm in traffic, and I can feel it raging inside of me. But I get to make a choice. Does it make me upset, or does it not make me upset? And though I feel upset, doesn't mean I am upset. Do you see the difference between the flesh and the spirit? My flesh feels upset. I have somewhere to be and I'm in traffic. And yet, my spirit just says, so what? that violence we offer, that violence is crushing the head of the serpent first in us, so that Our Lady will take the grace also of that moment and crush the head of the serpent in others. And thou shalt lie in wait for her heel. When he's going to strike at our heel, the great humiliation that comes at crushing his head is that somebody so fallible, so weak, so confused and ignorant like ourselves can triumph over Satan. Do you see how that humiliates somebody so proud? This is why we have to strive to really be detached from sin and to strive to be that instrument in Our Lady's hands so that we can help crush the head of the serpent. But it only happens when we start to really try to root those things out.